It's a wonderful day to do science and art in the most wonderful way. Not only we gonna draw a bee a nice and easy way that you're gonna love, not only we gonna see the most adorable bee drawings, and we are gonna review our warm colors, okay, of all these beautiful illustrations in a book called the Honeybee. We are also going to implement a science. So we're going to learn about honeycombs, beehive, and even a life cycle of a bee. So we've got our hands full. Those who are already ready right now, they are coloring the bee anatomy while we're going to read the book. So we are warming up and we're going to color the bee anatomy nice and carefully, no scribbles. This is real science. And you're going to learn about the different parts. We're going to discuss them later. Head, antenna, thorax, middle legs, hind legs, claws on the end of the legs, pollen baskets inside of the legs, abdomen, hind wing, forewing, the one on top, the one on the bottom is hind, on top is forewing. The two forelegs, compound eyes, the head, antennae, we already mentioned. Color it really nicely and be ready to know the vocabulary, the science vocabulary. I will show you a neat funny drawing by a second grader. Honeybees, he doesn't like when they go into his favorite ice cream, strawberry and orange ice cream. And he's afraid of honeybees and they do zzz. And sometimes they think the ice cream smells so good that it's a flower. So that they do that by mistake, but they didn't mean to. But this is his wonderful drawing, and they think it's honey, but it's just ice cream. And it's really funny. So let's get started with the story today. And this book is given to us to read by Miss Dolce from the library. Give it a nice big round of applause to Miss Dolce. And as you can see when I open the book, Miss Dolce's name is right there. Okay. And the book starts and we are gonna get started. And we're gonna review some vocabulary that has to do with art. Also, one important vocabulary today is motion lines. These interrupted lines are motion lines. It tells you the path, P-A-T-H, path of the bee. And it says, bzzz, what's that? Do you hear it? You are near it. It's closer, it's coming, it's buzzing, it's humming. Bzzz. Honeybee by Kristen Hall and Isabel Arsenault. And look at all the amazing warm colors. The warm colors are oranges, yellows, honey colors, all these blends of reds and pinks. It's very bright. The colors are so bright, like these beautiful flowers in the background I have here on the placemat, painted by a 5th grader, and her name is Veda, and she did a beautiful job. So let's continue with our reading now, remembering the warm colors too. We're gonna use some brown too, mixed with yellow, that will make the earthly colors and some shading on the warm colors, okay? And here we have a beautiful field. A field, a tree. Climb it and see. Climb the tree. Have you ever climbed a tree? Look at that yellow field full of wildflowers. Look at the close-up. When you get closer, you see the flowers. Flowers. for miles. All around you grow wild and free. Look at that. Look at those bright oranges and pinks and yellows and reds and just so many warm colors. Flowers everywhere. But then, shh, what's that? And we see a motion line. It's an interrupted line or dashed line. In art, this is an element. Motion is an element of art. Here that motion line again. It looks like a loopy line. Looks like a wavy, loopy line. Do you hear it? It's closer, it's coming, it's buzzing, it's humming. Look at the field of flowers. Look at those gorgeous flowers. Beautiful flowers. Look at the blending. Look at the illustration. It's a bee. It's a bee. The bee looks like she's smiling. She's got beautiful eyes. What can we see on her? She has a compound eye. What does that mean? Instead of the eye, there's tiny little eyes inside, little tiny little eyes. Tiny, 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 tiny. A lot of little eyes. Zoom in. All the little eyes are compound eyes. Tiny little cameras like inside of the bee eye. What else can we see on the bee? We have the thorax, which is the chest, the thorax. We have the head. We have the antennae. We also have the forewing on top, and the one in the back is called the hind wing. Pollen baskets are on their legs. On the end of legs, there are little claws. We can't see them here. We have a beautiful jacket that is striped black and yellow. Beautiful smiling bee illustration. Wow. Oh, and there is few of them here. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's go with the motion line. See how they flew. I follow the motion line. I go zzz, bzz. I am making loops. Zzz, bzz. 4 tiny wings. They buzz and they sing. They're clapping and flopping. The busy bee is lapping. Lap, lap, lap. Tap, tap, tap. Searching and perching. Look how happy they are. You're gonna draw your own bee on the back of your paper. This one. I think she found her favorite flower. It is so bright. She's smiling. Zzz. This is the flower the bee has chosen. This is the flower the pollen grows in. This is the flower. Its color so bright. Its sweet blooming scent calls the bee from its flight. Such a long trip. It's time for a sip. Sugary, watery. Look at all that pollen and the glow, the sun glow. And all 4 bees found their special flowers. This one looks like maybe a dandelion or forget-me-nots. These are all maybe poppy. All flowers that can be found in the garden. Echinacea or some other dandelions or even marigolds. Nectar. 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 There now. It drills now. The bee sips and spills now. Look how she is drinking so happily. There now. It swells now. It sits also still now, so satisfied here, covered with pollen. There now. It is filled now. And she has her pollen basket filled with pollen. It's back to the hill now, bzzz, carrying the pollen with her. More pollen, more nectar. It's meal time. Buzz, buzz. Bzz. Oh, and look at this swarm. Swarm spells swarm of bees. Swarm. Swarm of bees. Swarm. Bzz. This is full of tiny little bees. Look at the detail of the bees. There is one that fell behind. She's trying to catch up. And that's a swarm of bees. What are they saying? All of this nectar, it's ours. It's ours. Buzz, buzz, a crowd, swarming and teeming all and loud, flapping and flying, landing and prying. They work on the flowers for hours and hours until, look at those gorgeous flowers. What a beautiful garden of warm colors. Just a medley of warm colors, like ours here, warm colors. Look at those warm colors. Look at the field of warm colors. And what do we have here? The little bees with heavy sacks. They're all filled with pollen. This one is the rose. Lifting and shifting, turning back. Maybe peony. I'm not sure this one, but it will come to me. I think it's white normally. Like, we'll have to look that one up. Zoom, they race. Zoom, they chase. Zoom, they zoom and pick up the pace. And zoom, they see it up ahead. And my goodness, what's happening here? What is this? Our hive, our hive, our hiding place full of bees on a tree. Watch them arrive, watch them hive. Buzz is alive, buzz, buzz. And they're inside of the hive, so it's a little bit dark there. Where are the flowers you found today? Dance for us, foragers. That's another big word. Let's write it down. Foragers. It's some, like even humans can be foragers if they pick up like wildflowers, like dandelions, and eat the leaves and things like that, or fruits or berries from the forest. They can be foragers too. Show us the way. Show us the way. Look how happy they are. They're inside of the hive. And we have beautiful motion lines here. Many, many bees. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And look at these dashed motion lines. These are the interrupted dashed motion lines that show us how they fly. A dance begins. Waggle, wiggle. Dance is lovely. Tremble, jiggle. Dance goes straight now in a line. A figure 8. Figure 8. Figure 8. A final sign. Oh, now we know. Oh, now we know. We know where to go. Thanks for the secrets and thanks for the show. Bzzz. New foragers leave on searching mission, while house bees march forward with hungry ambition. And they're all carrying their pollen in where? Their pollen baskets. I think we are nearing to the grand finale. Chew, chew, that's what we do. They chew it. We suck out the nectar, we suck it straight through. Chew, chew, we're changing its makeup. We're giving the nectar a chemical shakeup. They make it like sticky with their, almost like a saliva. Chew, chew, we make it like glue. Make it thick, make it stick, make it slick, make it new. Chew, chew, chew. At last we're finally through. Look at that big pollen ball. But there is more to do at home. Look how much pollen. They are turning into something special. You might know what it is. Like filled honeycombs. These are empty honeycombs. These are filled honeycombs and sealed. They jam its cells, the nectar plaster. They rev up their engine and beat their wings faster. Whoosh! They're strong despite their size. Swoosh! The nectar cools and dries. It feels getting thicker now. It's getting thicker now. Wings move quicker now. Fan, fast, pump, blast. We did it. We did it. Wow, what did you think? It's honey at last. And the color is absolutely bright orange and so glowy and golden. The camera is not picking it up very well, but it is so bright. And now to keep it safe, tiny honey cells are capped. Liquid gold is sealed and trapped. 1, 2, 3. And only when it's needed most, a hungry day will fill these vaults. Will these vaults be tapped? On a hungry day, these vaults will be tapped. Okay. And here we have, outside the hive come shorter days, cooler winds and softer rays, fewer eggs to birth and raise. With the queen less busy, the hive less busy, buzzy, and bees a mass all soft and fuzzy. Come now, rest, the queen bee. Join our nest, huddle and cuddle, the winter's our test. And they're shining with glee. And all the little bees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and a queen bee is together celebrating their harvest of honey. And now winter comes and everything is cold and white, but the honey beehive is safe. Honey is safe in the beehive, inside of the honeycombs, and they have food for winter. Pop, a bud, drip, some mud. Creatures stir in the melting snow, and inside the hive the bees they know. And different creatures, birds and beavers and squirrels hum, it's springtime, hum life anew. One little bee in a tree knows what to do. Watch it, zoom. Psst. I think that winter is turning into spring again. Oh my goodness, the colors are returning to the field. A field, a tree, climb it and see. And the field is full of yellow colors. And from far away hive flew this hard-working honey sweet bee on a beautiful pink flower. And she is so proud and the new year has come. Give her a big round of applause for all her hard work. And before we end this video, we're gonna turn our paper over and we're gonna talk about life cycle of a bee, and we're gonna learn about how to draw a bee as well. So let's do a couple of things. If you have your paper ready, we are gonna close the book and we are going to draw together. First, we're going to draw this cute little bee, just like so. Turn your paper over. And we are going to first start with something fun, which is just a little circle. Okay? And then we're going to do an overlapping circle. And the last circle has kind of like a pointy end. Pointy end. And the next is going to be eyes. Another eye right here, where the two circles meet. and you can get inspiration from here. And antennae. And then in the next, on the second, which is in the middle circle, there's two small wings, the hind wings, and the forewings are a little bit bigger. And then we are going to do the stripes. And on the thorax, some hair. And of course, we are missing some arms and some legs, okay, for the bee. And this is your very easy bee drawing. And you can try to do it from different angles. And let's do the motion line. Buzz, 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 interrupted line. Let's do some loops. Buzz, 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 right? Some looping going on, okay? Let's make one that is facing this way now. 3 circles. One is pointy. That one has the stripes. We're gonna put eyes to the front. Antenna, small wings behind 4. Let's look at the 4 wings. Remember your anatomy always are on top. And then this is the thorax. And we're gonna put 3 here and 3 legs here. Maybe give them a nice smile. They're proud. Just like our happy honeybee. Maybe this one will be full of bee pollen already. She's already carrying the bee pollen. Or maybe they're all carrying a bee pollen. Now, how about this is going to be their home here, and we are going to draw a little honeycombs, and what is this called? Friends, what is it called? A beehive. I'm drawing a little beehive. Maybe it's on a tree branch. And we're gonna finish this lesson a little bit later because 4th graders are lined up. So I'm gonna collect the papers and we're gonna line up too. Okay, so today we are going to continue drawing our honeycombs. We have to learn the structure of the honeycomb. We drew the beehive. We're gonna draw the beehive, and we are gonna marry it with the science of life cycle. So this is science too of the bee. So we're gonna learn how to do the hexagram honeycombs, and we are going to draw flowers with the bees and listen to a beautiful story. You can do a large bee like this one. It's all up to you. You're amazing artists. Or you can do a small bee. You're going to go over all the parts of a bee. And we are going to review our vocabulary. So we're doing science. And before we get started, in honeycomb starts, you can easily do like a house that has equal sides, so it looks like a roof. And then you can just copy the roof like if it's reflected in the water, so it's like facing this way. And you can do one next to the other little roof, go down and put it down this way. And you can build on top of that and make a honeycomb this way. And that's where the bees will save their honey, like so. So you're gonna build a nice honeycomb. You're gonna draw a nice, beautiful beehive and some bees and listen to a beautiful story. These are interrupted lines. It's our vocabulary dash lines. These are called motion lines. And they're basically dashed, so they show you how the bee is flying, okay, in loops, motion lines, or interrupted lines, okay? So, and the life cycle from a little larvae, okay, that is actually starting as a tiny, tiny little egg, and this is the queen bee. She's the mother of all the bees, okay? So all these are her children, and they are fed the pollen, and then they grow into a full bee in a life cycle. We're going to talk about that a little more, but right now we're going to get started and continue actually. Let me review the first larvae. It's actually an egg. It looks tiny, like a tiny little larvae that then grows into a bigger larvae. If you can see. And then it's sort of like a butterfly metamorphosis into a bee. Okay, so that's the life cycle. You can draw those stages. And this is the queen bee that lays the eggs, and they're being fed the pollen. So let's see, we are going to get started, and we are going to draw a beautiful drawing. You can be creative with it, and make sure you have some honeycombs, and make sure that you are showing the life cycle somewhere. Maybe inside of the beehive, you'll draw a larvae that is first tiny, tiny, small, and then it becomes a little bigger larvae, and then it starts turning into a small little bee, and then it's a full bee, okay? So make sure you know your life cycles of a bee as well when it's time to draw your, finish the details in your drawing. But be creative. It's going to be on you. I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to show some examples of your amazing artwork. Oh, and here is an example of a student bee. Look at that. And the motion line. Who else? Raise your hand. Who else wants to show me their drawing? This one is by Mia, and she didn't sign. No name, no fame. Remember to sign. Always sign your paper. And here, look at that. Beautiful. And look at the motion lines. And a beehive. And that's Ariel. And even the beautiful lavender. Absolutely precious. Okay, friends. And here we have some nice drawings of honeybees. I like the crown there. And I don't know if there's something on the back, not this one. But, oh, this one is absolutely precious. This is a new one. Looking for the name. Louise, yes. And here's another one from Rosalie. Queen Bee. Beautiful work. And look at the front. Very nice. And so everybody learned a little bit about science. I think we are 3 minutes behind. Let's end the video, and I'll see you in our next art class.